The year 1917 marked a turning point in Russian history, witnessing two momentous revolutions. It was a year of immense social and political upheaval, where the old order was challenged and ultimately overthrown. The February and October revolutions forever altered the nation and sent shockwaves worldwide. These revolutions were not just events, but seismic shifts that redefined the course of history. The Russian Empire, once ruled by the Tsars, transformed into a socialist state. This transformation was marked by the end of centuries-old autocratic rule and the beginning of a new era. The February Revolution toppled Tsar Nicholas II, fueled by economic hardship and social inequality. The masses, driven by desperation and a desire for change, rose up against the monarchy. The October Revolution, led by the Bolsheviks under Lenin, completed the radical transformation. It was a bold and decisive move that reshaped the political landscape of Russia. The Bolsheviks seized power, promising peace, land, and bread to the weary Russian people. Their promises resonated deeply with a population exhausted by war and poverty. This period of upheaval had a profound impact on Russia and the world. The reverberations of these events were felt far beyond the borders of Russia. The Russian Revolution became a pivotal event, inspiring revolutionary movements and shaping global ideologies. It ignited a spark that would influence countless other struggles for freedom and justice. Its legacy continues to be debated, a testament to its enduring significance. Scholars and historians still discuss its impact and the lessons it holds for future generations. The story of the Russian Revolution is one of struggle, sacrifice, and the triumph of the human spirit. It is a powerful reminder of the capacity for change and the resilience of people in the face of adversity. To understand the Russian Revolution, one must delve into the social and economic conditions that laid its groundwork. The early 20th century was a period of significant turmoil and transformation in Russia. The country was a patchwork of diverse cultures and traditions, yet it was unified by a common struggle for survival and progress. Early 20th century Russia was a nation of stark contrasts, with immense wealth alongside widespread poverty. The opulence of the aristocracy stood in sharp contrast to the dire conditions faced by the majority. The majority of the population lived in rural areas, toiling on land owned by wealthy nobles or the church. These peasants worked tirelessly from dawn to dusk, yet their lives were marked by hardship and uncertainty. Peasants, the backbone of the economy, endured long hours of labor with little to show for their efforts. Their daily existence was a constant struggle against poverty and exploitation. Their meager harvests were subject to the whims of nature and landowners, leaving them vulnerable to hunger. Famine was a frequent and devastating occurrence, further deepening their plight. Meanwhile, Russia was rapidly industrializing, particularly in major cities. This industrial boom created new opportunities, but also new challenges. Factories attracted peasants seeking work, but the promise of opportunity often turned harsh. Many found themselves in grueling jobs with little respite. Workers faced appalling conditions, long hours, low wages, and unsafe environments. The industrial workforce was subjected to exploitation and neglect, leading to widespread discontent. The gulf between rich and poor grew wider, fueling resentment and a sense of injustice. The stark inequality was a breeding ground for revolutionary ideas. The aristocracy enjoyed luxury and influence, further alienating the masses. Their extravagant lifestyles were a constant reminder of the social divide. The seeds of revolution were sown in this fertile ground of social and economic inequality. The discontent among the masses would soon erupt into a movement that would change the course of history. Social and economic problems in Russia were exacerbated by an out-of-touch political system. The vast majority of the population lived in poverty, struggling to make ends meet, while the elite enjoyed opulent lifestyles. Tsar Nicholas II ruled with an iron fist, resistant to democratic reform. His autocratic style of governance alienated many, creating a chasm between the ruler and his subjects. The defeat in the Russo-Japanese War exposed the regime's weaknesses and sparked unrest. This loss was a significant blow to national pride, and highlighted the inefficiencies within the military and government. The 1905 revolution, triggered by the Bloody Sunday massacre, forced Nicholas to make concessions. The massacre, where peaceful protesters were shot by the Tsar's troops, shocked the nation and fueled revolutionary fervor. He established the Duma, a legislative body, but granted it limited powers. This attempt at reform was seen as too little, too late, and failed to quell the growing discontent. Nicholas dissolved the Duma when it challenged his authority, intensifying calls for change. His refusal to share power only deepened the crisis. World War I placed immense strain on the economy and exposed government incompetence. The war effort drained resources and led to severe shortages, further aggravating the population. Military defeats and soaring casualties disillusioned the Russian people. The human cost of the war was staggering, leaving families devastated and morale at an all-time low. The stage was set for a more radical transformation. The cumulative effect of these events created a fertile ground for revolution, leading to the seismic shifts of 1917. By winter 1917, Russia teetered on the brink of revolution. The war had drained resources, leaving the economy in ruins and food shortages commonplace. The February Revolution began with spontaneous protests and strikes in Petrograd. On International Women's Day, thousands demanded bread and an end to the war. Protests grew and the Tsar's authority crumbled as soldiers joined the demonstrators. Faced with mounting pressure, Tsar Nicholas II abdicated on March 2nd. The Romanov dynasty, which had ruled for over 3 centuries, came to an abrupt end. The February Revolution succeeded in toppling the Tsar, but created new challenges. Russia entered a period of profound uncertainty and upheaval. The abdication of Tsar Nicholas II ushered in a new phase of revolution. The provisional government struggled to assert authority amidst political instability. The Bolshevik Party, led by Lenin, saw an opportunity to seize power. They exploited the government's weaknesses, appealing to workers, soldiers, and peasants. Lenin, returning from exile, provided a clear vision for a socialist revolution. On October 24th, the Bolsheviks launched a coup, seizing key points in Petrograd. The provisional government collapsed swiftly, and the Bolsheviks took control. The Russian Revolution was a seismic event that sent shockwaves worldwide. It marked the end of an empire and the birth of a new social and political order. The revolution's impact transcended national boundaries, inspiring revolutionary movements. The Bolsheviks established the world's first socialist state, the Soviet Union. The revolution had a profound impact on the international communist movement. Communist parties gained prominence, and the Soviet Union led the global movement. The revolution contributed to the polarization of global politics, culminating in the Cold War. Its legacy continues to shape international relations and ideologies. The Russian Revolution of 1917 remains a pivotal event in modern history. It serves as a reminder of the power of ideas and the desire for a just society. The revolution's legacy is complex, inspiring hope and giving rise to totalitarian regimes. It demonstrated the power of collective action and the dangers of unchecked ideology. The revolution's lessons remain relevant today as we face new challenges. It is a story of upheaval, transformation, and the enduring human struggle for a better world.